was here. So the difference between the two was mentioned last night. And also how we discussed the concept that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us the importance of fasting. At the same time, He gives us 7 excuses and points to look at how important it is that it is in our benefit. It is for our own good. Yet still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is doing what? Just looking for excuses to get out of it. If you're traveling, go fast. If you're sick, go fast. Ayyaman ma'adudat. It's only 2 days. People used to fast before you did. All of these were what? Sort of giving reasons, excuses to get you out of that. So the act of worship, which is beneficial to us, Allah is giving us 7 indications and tips and wujuhat and uzr to get out of it. While we commit hundreds of sins on a daily basis, yet we fail to even acknowledge that and ask for excuse from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is the idea of that concept. So moving forward with this discussion. Now Allah explains the reason behind fasting. He says, so that you may become pious. If Allah wanted, He can spread the eternal favors and paradise for free. What is big deal? He can give it to anyone. He can give it to everyone. So everyone gets to have a piece of paradise. Everyone gets to have it. But He decided, let's give those who earn it. In other words, have a competition. Now let's not make this to be a freebie. Because if they make something to be a freebie, then people will take and they won't work at all. If in a class, the teacher said that we won't be examining you, there won't be any final exam, and all you've got to do is just show up to the class. The life will become very easy. Children and the students may not pay attention to what is being taught, because when they're not held accountable at the end of the semester, they won't be paying much attention to it. There will still be some paid people, there'll still be some kids who will still be diligent, they'll still work hard. But majority will start slacking. Why? Because there's no accountability at the end of the day. So here is the same thing. If Allah had made this paradise to be part of everyone's life, then people would have started slacking. As it is, when we know that without working, we won't get it, we slack. We show, such disheartenedness when it comes to many of these ibadah. We're so slow in performing many of these things. We still commit sins. While we know that that is something which is going to take us away from paradise, let alone when Allah had given this to be a freebie, just imagine how you would have been. Without paying, you cannot find the treasure. One who worked hard for it takes full benefit from it. That's why there are many ayat which give us the concept that al-jannatu huffat bil makarih. Jannat, paradise, is what is surrounded by difficulties. If you want to get your hands onto this flower, which is the rose, right? You need to go ahead and get, when you put your hand in there to grab it, there's a possibility that you might get hit by a thorn and might bleed for it. You have to work hard in order to get the best of the flowers, which is the rose. Why? Because it is surrounded by what? It's surrounded by thorns. The flower, yet it is surrounded by what? The thorns. Similar is the case when it comes to paradise. Paradise surrounded by difficulties. Therefore, taqwa literally means protection from anything which is negative, protection from sins. Hence, it means that you may be safeguarded from sins. The reason is that fasting controls your lustful desires. The thing that fasting controls is your desires that has to do with the lust. And therefore, this is the prime reason behind sinning. In fact, we read in the hadith, he says, one who is not capable of getting married, he should fast, because fasting stops these carnal desires that insan has, it suppresses them. The only way to control those carnal desires is for one to go out and fast. But the easiest thing would be to just get married and not suppress those desires. But if a person is unable to get married, the best solution is what? So there are many afarat and there are many effects and fawaid of fasting. Some are social benefits, some are individual benefits, social aspects. We mentioned this before as well, that one of the reasons why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this to be an obligation according to kalam of our, I believe this is the kalam of our 11th Imam, Imam Hassan al-Askari. Yes. Hamza ibn Muhammad asked our 11th Imam about the reason behind fasting, aside from it being the order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Aside from that, what is the other reason? Imam said, فَرَضَ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى الصَّوْمَ لِيَدَ الْغَنِي مَسَّ الْجُوعِ لِيَحْلُوَ عَلَى الْفَقِيرِ. Allah made fasting wajib and obligatory so that capable, a rich person can feel the hunger of a deprived and may show, soft heart towards them, may show mercy towards them. Showing mercy and soft heartedness, all of these things are contagious. When you yawn, look at someone who's yawning, then you start yawning. It's contagious. This is the same thing when it comes to, when you treat someone nicely and people in your surroundings see you doing that, it's contagious. Other people will also do the same thing. That's why it is mentioned when you give charity. Yeah, it's good to give charity silently, but it's also okay to go ahead and give charity openly. Why? Because and then there are some individual effects and benefits as well. For example, said, "Arba'ana afdala arba'il alamin," that this fasting from Allah gave us the best of the prophets. You invest in the stocks, you invest in different types of stocks, you invest in different markets, you have other things which are, for example, are going to produce for you afterwards. All of these things that you're investing, what is the main purpose behind it? The main purpose behind it is so that it can make a profit, become a, buck or two out of it. You double the profit, triple the profit, quadruple the profit. That is the reason. Arbah, ribh means profit. Imam said the best profit is in the month of Ramadan. You might be profiting here and there in your life, where go down so that this can go up and all that stuff. You're constantly monitoring it. It's all on your phones nowadays, and you're looking at it, the stocks in which you have invested, and you're looking for the stock to rise up, and you're praying and making dua. Maybe that's one of your duas that I give tonight. That as you perform this ibadah, that so and so stock goes up, so that you gain a few. But Imam says the best profit and the benefit is this month itself. Rasulullah said, the best thing an individual can achieve in this month is the best time to make dua. Yeah. Make dua as long as the dua is halal, it's going to come true. Rasulullah said, أيديكم بالدعاء في أوقات صلواتكم فإنها أفضل الساعات يرجو الله عز وجل فيها بالرحمة إلى عباده. He said, raise your hand in dua on the times of what? At the time of salat, especially. When you stand up for Maghrib right now, a few minutes, raise your hands for salat. Raise your hand for dua. Why? It is the best of the time in which ينظر الله عز وجل, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looks upon individuals, all of us, the rahmah, with mercy, ila ibadi. Yujibuhum idha najaw. He responds to them when they make munajat. When you lead him, or when you labbi him, idha nadaw. When they do nida and they call upon him, he says, beg to them. When you uti him, idha sa'adu. And he provides to them when they ask questions. Imam Qasim said, da'watu as-sa'imi yustajabu inda iftarihi. Iftar is going to be in a few minutes. Iftar does not mean, some thought that you have to eat something to make sure that your fast is open now. No, your fast is broken up. The time of fast is done, where your fast is open right away. When it will be time for Maghrib, your fast will be open. It will be broken. Now, nobody will call you that you're fasting. You may not have eaten anything. So there's no concept of delaying the fast and it becoming what? It becoming batil. The kid sitting in the back, can you move up? Can you move up? Come over here, come over here, come over here. Sallallahu alaihi Muhammad. All right, good job. So, one of the philosophies that is mentioned, that Rasulullah, he went to Mi'raj, right? There was a Mi'raj that took place. And when he ascended to the heavens, there was a conversation that took place between Allah and Rasul. This is mentioned in all of the books of Ahl Sunnah and Ahl Tashayy. In Irshad al-Daily, there's a conversation between Allah and Rasul. Rasulullah was asked, Ya Ahmad, hal ta'alam ma mirathul sawm. Rasulullah was referred to as Ahmad in the skies, right? He said, do you know what are the effects of fasting? What does a fast literally leaves behind as inheritance? Miras is inheritance. Allah says, hal ta'alam ma mirathul sawm. Do you know what is the miras and the inheritance of sawm? What does sawm leave behind? What are the effects of sawm? Rasulullah, out of humbleness in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, said, La, I don't know. You tell me. Allah says, Mirath al-Sawm, Qillat al-Akli, wa Qillat al-Kalam, wa Mirath al-Sabti, and Hatul al-Hikmah, wa Yabtu. He said there are two effects. Let it be known. The true effects of fasting are mentioned from the Kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One is external, which involves eating less. Second is higher. And you guessed it, what it is? Which is talking less and being silent. So there are two miras of fasting. Don't just take these words of your hadith of Masumeen, Moulana is reciting these hadiths, let's just listen to it, time's up, let's go ahead and break the fast. No, look at it from the aspect that it is the word of Allah. He said there are two effects. You're fasting, so this affects you. This is relevant to you. Two effects of it. One is the physical aspect. Second is the spiritual aspect. One, where it involves eating less. You're not eating much. So this is done by, hopefully this is done by fasting. Second is higher, which is talking less and being silent. If you can control your tongue, and many of us are able to control our tongues, but if you can control your tongue, it will lead you to wisdom. We thought speaking more was wisdom. No, speaking less is wisdom. Remaining silent is as-samtu zainun. Being silent is zina. Yeah, of course, where you have to speak up, no doubt we should speak up. But predominantly, majority of the time, what is zina? What is zina? What is embellishment? So, meaning being silent. So he says, if you're able to control your tongue, it will lead you to wisdom. The effect of hikmah, this wisdom is what? Marifat. When you have marifat, it leaves behind yaqeen. Marifat leads to yaqeen. And then the fruit of yaqeen is this maqam, where all the veils are lifted from in front. That's why Moulana al-Taqiyyan, Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib al-Islam said, if all the veils are lifted in front of Ali ibn Abi Talib, it will not increase one bit in my yaqeen. Meaning Ali is at the highest level of yaqeen. Don't compare yourself with Ali. We are not even at the lowest level of yaqeen, let alone at the highest level. So Ali ibn Abi Talib is at the highest level of yaqeen. If all the veils are lifted from in front of him, there will not be any doubt. I will stop over here as we have run out of our time. Unfortunately, these few days we will be struggling with time, but inshallah we'll continue our discussion. I'll try to finish this discussion tomorrow so that we can inshallah start with the tafsir of Quran wa Moulana. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Just a few brief announcements before we proceed with namaz. The daily program
program for the holy month of Ramadan will take place every night starting at 6:45 p.m. with recitation of the Holy Quran, followed by Moulana's speech, followed by namaz and Ramadhan. Then we'll proceed downstairs to the banquet hall for the iftar, and then come upstairs again for namaz and isha, and the program will conclude with dua iftar. The sponsors for tonight's program are Mr. Tommy and family, Mr. Muslim and Mrs. Noor Zara Hassan. Kindly recite Surah Al-Fatiha for the marquee of the sponsors. Surah Al-Fatiha. Opportunities for sponsorship of the nightly program are available. We are looking for 2 or 3 more sponsors for the 4th of Ramadan, which is April 6th, this coming week and 2 days from now. We're also looking for sponsors for the 6th of Ramadan, April 8th. We're looking for 1 more sponsor for the 7th of Ramadan, April 9th. And we're looking for sponsors for the 8th of Ramadan, April 10th. If anyone is interested in taking advantage of this opportunity to gain the sponsorship of the Iftar, please reach out to myself, Brother Syed, Brother Mustafa, who are maybe volunteers and that would be here every night. Without any further ado, we proceed with the namaz. So,
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن عليا ولي الله أشهد أن عليا حجة الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله اللهم لا